Hi everyone. So I asked a bunch of you on Facebook what would you like to see for celebrity tutorials, and I got a huge outpour of really amazing things to do, and I think I've got like my work cut out for me for maybe even the next 12 weeks as far as celebrity looks go. Those who've been following my channel for a long time know I like to do at least one celebrity a week, and I selected Nicole from the Pussycat Dolls because I really liked her look. I remember back in 2007 I was invited to a Christina Aguilera concert for somebody's birthday, and I remember the Pussycat Dolls were new at the time and they opened up for Christina Aguilera, and who both of course have amazing voices. The Pussycat Dolls are much more dynamic, amazing in person, but then again I think so is every singer sounds so much more incredible in person. So when I looked her up and I saw she had this really nice smoky eye, I wanted to recreate it, and because I've been doing either something that's very nude or very vampy recently for celebrity looks, I wanted to do something that I thought a lot of you guys would like, which is pretty trendy right now, which is a bronze smoky eye. If you like the whole Kim Kardashian look, this is a very different kind of way of doing a that kind of type of look with the contouring and the bronze smoky eye. So I really hope that you enjoy this Nicole from Pussycat Dolls celebrity tutorial, and thank you so much for watching. And I'm going to be taking the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Shadow Pencil, and this is in Midnight Cowboy. And we're just going to smooth that out all over the lid. Now these are actually quite drying, and I know why some bases are. It's just so the oils don't break through your eyeshadows. So it does work to just sort of pat these out as soon as you lay them on. This does have a very shiny finish, which will eventually break through your shadows throughout the day as the day wears on. So if you don't like anything that's quite this shiny, you could take anything that's more nude. I know Stila makes a smudge pot called Taffy, although I think Taffy's a bit pink. They have a couple other ones. Kitten is a good dupe of Max Rubenesque paint pot, so anything that doesn't have glitz if you prefer, but she does have a little bit of glitz and shimmer on the lid, so I personally will go with, or would go with, Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Shadow Pencil. Now to get started on the look, I'm going to take the Too Faced Natural Tonight palette. This is one of their newer palettes at Too Faced, toofaced.com, Sephora. It does come with a trial-sized Too Faced shadow insurance, just another reason I took that in case you picked up this palette. And this is from their natural makeup collection, which is gorgeous, by the way. If you haven't checked it out, go ahead and check it out. It's got some very versatile neutral shades in the collection. Just a whole bunch of beautiful nudes. So I'm going to do a blog post review on this. It's pretty amazing. It's kind of hard to have me starstruck at eyeshadows because I have so many colors. This is pretty amazing as far as it just being beautiful. The tester was messed up, so I almost didn't buy it. I went ahead and got it anyways because I thought you guys would like to see tutorials with it. But the actual product itself is much more beautiful than the messed up tester I saw. I'm going to be taking a little bit of Too Faced's Nightlight. This is Classic. And I'm picking this up with the Urban Decay Naked 2 brush. It's just a paddle brush, so it doesn't have to be this brush at all. And I'm just going to pat this all over the lid just to sort of recreate that sort of shine she has. If you're somebody who hated the Urban Decay Naked 2 palette because it wasn't quite natural to Midnight, a lot of people wanted darker, smokier shades for that palette. I would I'd go with this one if this is what you were looking for. So I'm just going to pat that all over the lid. And I'm going to take a little bit of After Hours, which is just this next sort of taupey eyeshadow shade. It's the next one over. It's not quite like Satin Taupe, so if you're getting this to replicate Satin Taupe, I would not go with this palette. I'm going to pop this on from the center of the lid towards the back with the paddle, and we're just going to start graduating into the deeper shades from here. If you want like a fun neutral look, you could actually probably even stop right there if you wanted to. One of the reasons to get this palette, I think, is for this color Eclipse, and it's right there. If you like kind of medium browns or cranberries, Eclipse is a pretty unique color. So I'm going to be picking up Eclipse, and we're going to pat that on the back of the eyelid. So just sort of darken it up and give it a more just sort of nighttime fun weekend party look. Now before I go too high up with the powders, I'm going to be taking NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk, and I'm going to be placing this under the brow bone and a little in the inner tear duct, and then pull it up ever so slightly. She's got a lot of highlighting going on her eyelids and her face. So before I pull the eyeshadows up too high, it's pretty important to get that sort of incandescent glow, and it's pretty easiest to get it using cream products layered underneath powdered eyeshadows for a more natural highlighted effect. Now for the crease, I'm going to be taking a little bit of Nightcap, and it is just a medium brown. It's very much a satin finish and kind of reminds me of MAC's Mold Slider that was never re-promoted again, even though MAC is the queen of re-promoting. This definitely looks like it, kind of like a mix between Modelette and Mold Slider. It has a little bit more shimmer though, but I don't really think it'll transfer. Once again, this color is Nightcap. So I'm going to pick this up with the fluffy end of the brush at last, and we're just going to start blending this into the socket line. I think some of the new Urban Decay Naked 2 palettes are coming out with the pencil. I have a feeling that was by demand or request, so I apologize if you can't get a hold of this brush anymore. They sell the paddle and the fluffy end separate though. I'm going to blend this out in the socket and then just sort of pull it in. Now I'm going to take a little bit of Spotlight, which is Spotlight, which is just this matte cream shade down here. I don't know if this is going to be a good color on me without the Milk or Jumbo Eye Pencil as a base to brighten it up, but we'll see. It could be very much like Urban Decay's Foxy. I could be very wrong. So I'm just going to start packing that on underneath the brow bone. I don't think I'm very wrong. I think I'm very right. This is very much like MAC's Bamboo. Just really, ideal for much darker skin tone than mine. So I'm just going to finish patting what I've already placed on. I'm going to take a different highlight color to blend it out. Now, if you have Nicole's skin color, I think you're very much set with Spotlight or Bamboo from MAC. Spotlight is much more creamier though in this palette if you don't already have Bamboo. I'm going to be taking a little bit of Sweet Cream from Mary Kay. This is just one of their individual mineralized eyeshadows. I'm taking my Delium Tools brush, which is number 785. It's just a kind of wide set fluffing brush, which I like the wide set fluffing brushes for blending out a large space, obviously. And I'm just going to blend out that whole brow bone area and go back over that color. It's a bit too dark and it'll kind of help blend it out. So in a sense, the Spotlight color is just operating as a transition color between the darker browns on the lid. I'll just make sure to brighten it up. It's kind of why I wasn't too worried about using Spotlight. I knew it would just kind of operate that way. Taking Mary Kay's other mineral shadow, I'm going to grab White Lily. I'm sorry I'm not taking any of the other colors in the Too Faced palette for the brow bones. They're just way too dark for me. So I'm just going to blend a little bit of White Lily at the very peak of the brow bone, which is the arch of the brow, and backwards until it gets to a lightness that I really like. And then I'm just going to fluff that into the brow bone and pull it up a little bit. That way when I turn my head, it's very lit. Now I'm going to be taking a little bit of Cocoa Star, which is just this sort of matte medium brown. It's a little lighter than Embark from MAC. I'm going to be taking this on that larger fluffy brush, or you can go back to the Naked palette brush if you have it. If you don't, you could use any other fluffer. I'm just going to be blending that in the outer corner and bringing it up a little bit. Since this one is a little bit more tapered, I'm just going to pull it stay really low. She doesn't really bring up the crease very far. Now I'm going to be taking a little bit of Night Fever, which is a pretty good replica of Urban Decay's Cobra. Some shades from Urban Decay and Too Faced come out with similarities, but the formula is not the same. If that makes any sense. It does make a difference on the eye. The look. I'm just gonna kind of pat that dark color, that kind of sparkly black, gold sparkly black on the outer corner. Gold sparkly blacks used to be a little bit more rare. They still kind of are, but palettes have kind of started inserting them into them. Alright, so I'm going to be taking a little bit of Too Faced's Perfect Eyes Waterproof Eyeliner, and the shade I have, if I can find it, I think it's Perfect Black. Yes, it's Perfect Black. I'm going to blend a little bit of this on my waterline. It's really inky. I don't know if anybody remembers their lava liner. I haven't tried that, but this one almost might as well be called that. It's very, very wet and inky. So I'm going to be taking a Ingold blender, synthetic Ingold blender, and just kind of moving this towards the center of the waterline, because it's that inky that if you put on too much, it's going to move, feather, and go under your eyes. So I'm just going to squint my eye a little bit, and what's going to do is it's going to transfer up on the tight line. I think I waited way too long. I was talking. But yes, just pull a little bit underneath your tight line underneath your eyelashes to make it thicker. Press your eyes down to transfer it to the lower lash line as well, because it's so inky. You don't want to not blend this out. So I'm just gonna kind of blend it out. I'm gonna be taking a liquid eyeliner. I'm gonna be taking the Urban Decay 24/7 liquid liner in Perversion. We don't have much more of this particular product. It's almost gone, so I'm just gonna be taking what I have of it. Hopefully it lasts while doing this look. And I'm just going to pull this in all over the eye. Flick it out to do a little kind of elongated cat eye wing effect. If you're going to apply any mascara false lashes, I would definitely do this step before doing so, because it might get caught in your lashes. I'm going to be taking the Urban Decay 24/7 waterproof liquid eyeliner, and this is in El Dorado, and it's just a sparkly gold. So we're just going to go over the upper portion of the black liner. And pretty much what I wouldn't do is just follow the wing, because she only kind of has it on the actual eye. To get a nice warm pop of color on the cheeks and a nice bronzy glow that is similar to Nicole's, I took a little bit of Score, which is just a nice dupe of NARS Iconic Orgasm Blush. I know this color is pretty iconic also over at Urban Decay. I think people just really like these sort of peachy pink colors. It's kind of like a 2-in-1, peach and pink. And I'm going to be taking, or I already took, sorry, the Too Faced California in a Compact Deep Bronzing Powder, and it's just this sort of shimmery bronzer. I applied it all over the face, kind of more like bronzer than a contour. I generally don't like matte contours or bronzers because they look chalky, and I know some people hate it when I take the shimmery bronzers because it's kind of beside the point. You're supposed to take a matte to make it look natural and to recede the face so it looks slimmer, but I personally think the matte ones look very, very chalky, and I'd rather have sort of the glowy bronze effect. I may be taking the e.l.f. matte lip color, and this is in Coral, and we're just going to start focusing on Nicole's lower half of the face. I'm going to take Wet n Wild's Mega Shield in Peachy Cane. I don't know if they make this particular nude anymore, but I knew they have another kind of tan color out. This is Too Faced Glamour Gloss in Champagne Room. And that completes Nicole's look. I think this is pretty and wearable, and you can wear it for a fun night out, skip the eyeliner possibly, and wear it to work. So I hope that you enjoyed the look, and thanks so much for watching.